Our first story tonight might be entitled, These Things Take Time. When we talk about a natural wonder like Johnson Shut-in State Park, we can talk about geologic time, or we can talk about the moment when it was devastated by the reservoir disaster, or the years it has taken to repair and restore the park. Anne-Marie Berger's story tonight is part of Channel 9's effort this year to take a look at and to explore our great outdoors.
Greg Combs of Missouri's Department of Natural Resources understands the importance of our state parks.
We talk to a lot of folks, and a lot of people have memories about Johnson Shut-in. It's a very popular park in our park system. You know, that's one of the things that, you know, working in a state park system, that's kind of the fun stuff that we get to do, is help make those memories. Johnny, Frank, how's this walk down going?
Very good, Mr. Combs.
Combs serves as the Department of Natural Resources project manager at Johnson Shut-ins.
We were taking a look. We've got a potential deficiency in some of the fall zone material. We're taking a look at that and making sure that was up to spec.
The DNR, along with Ameren UE and contractor MacTech, are working to redevelop a section of the 8,600-acre site. And they've had their setbacks.
This week we've had wet weather. Projects experienced some delays with the recent storms that came through in early May.
Yeah, and we're still dealing with the storm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We just identified 2 trees that are kind of hidden right at the edge of a trail that we now have to take down.
Yeah.
So
you'll notice it's the top of a tree that got snapped off and it's hung up in another tree. Right behind it, you see a tree that has been splintered about 60 feet up in the air. And that snag is all that's left of that tree, so that top is on the ground. Obviously, after assessing the damage from this recent event, I was disappointed. I was disappointed because I recognized that it was a 3 to 4 week setback, you know, and this was immediately after the event. But then I stopped and I thought about where we came from. And I thought, you know, compared to what it was like on the 15th of December back in '05, this was minor. We could recover from this.
Combs is referring to the devastation caused by Ameren UE's Taum Sauk plant. The reservoir is located on top of Prophet Mountain, and since 1963 it has served as a pump storage facility that conserves energy for use during peak demand. But on December 15, 2005, the upper reservoir breached and unleashed nearly 1.5 billion gallons of water into the valley below. When the water spilled down the mountain, it pulled all the vegetation away from the rock and soil, creating what is now known as the Scour Channel. Following the breach, the Missouri Department of Natural Resources closed Johnson Shut-ins to the public to begin a redevelopment process to the park that would last nearly 3.5 years. And while the devastation was great during the environmental cleanup, geologists did make a few discoveries.
One of the things that's really interesting with the scour is we can see the bedrock for long expanses. And we can see the relationships between the different rocks and the different ages of rock. And we just don't normally get that opportunity, especially, you know, in Missouri or even in the entire mid-continent area. With the removal of all the overlying soil and other material, we have granite, which is around 1.2 billion years old, sitting right next to dolomite, which is around 520 million years old. And we have right at this spot that you can put your finger on a gap in time in the geologic history of the Earth of 700 million years, where we essentially have a fifth of the Earth's history missing right at this point.
Dr. Seeger explains that the missing rock has eroded, presumably by water, and the exposure of the dolomite and granite has served as a useful educational tool for the public, as well as scientists.
We can never replace the resources that we lost here or that were affected here. What it does give us as geologists, though, is the chance to use the knowledge we can gain here about the bedrock and take that information and use it to help protect natural resources in the rest of the state. And as the groundwater came down, it worked its way down.
While geologists continue to uncover science and history in the bedrock, agencies and volunteers work to bring the park back to life.
A lot of the folks within the department have made a commitment to rebuild this park and try to make sure that these resources get the best chance that they can to heal.
The Scour Channel opened on June 6th, and when the rest of the park opens later in 2009, it will feature a new campground, an orientation center, picnic shelters, and playgrounds.
We lost a state park that day. We lost an experience that we had here that we can never get back. But what we hope to do with this master plan and the redevelopment of this park is create new experiences that people can enjoy for many years to come.